Hey boys and girls, it's when I feel like it o'clock again. It's just a tad past rum o'clock, and I'm feeling like that's why it's when I feel like it o'clock. Yeah. Um, I'm really getting behind on my trade deadline uh, teams. Mostly because it's taken me a long time. It's taken me about, 37, 38 years, but I think I finally come to an understanding of what my gift in life is. Everybody has a gift, right? And I'm pretty sure mine's procrastination. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's my gift. So, hey, if you gotta have one. Anyways, I better get on to the Columbus Blue Jackets because I've been receiving all your letters. Oh, you people in Ohio, wow, letters upon letters. When are you going to get the CBJ? When's Columbus coming? Well, here it is, my friends. Your waiting is over. The Columbus Blue Jackets trade deadline. Um, Columbus is an interesting animal, really. They're a smaller market team, but Kekalainen has did one hell of a job of building this team from taking it from a team that really had virtually no defense and was pretty much all Bobrovsky. Although when he did inherit it, they did have some offensive depth, but he's added even to that. Um, their 16 game winning streak was fantastic, and for those that were on Tortorella before this all happened, just let me say I told you so. I don't say that often, but Tortorella rocks. He's successful everywhere he goes, and that wasn't going to change in Columbus. The funny thing is they actually had a team meeting. The players apparently had a team meeting with him to ask him to calm down a bit, and apparently it worked. So, good on them for that. Anyways, better get to trade deadline stuff. Um, I am so tempted for them to go all in this year because they have such a stacked team, but I don't think that's the direction they're going to go, and probably isn't the best direction to go. As it stands right now, it looks like it's going to be between Jack Johnson and Savard that's going to be left off the expansion list. They could make a deal with Las Vegas for them not to pick those players and give them a draft pick or stuff like that. That's certainly possible. But when Columbus draft picks are very valuable unless it's going to be a lower draft pick. And if I'm Las Vegas and Savard is on the table, you're going to have to give me at least a second to avoid him. So um, I'm not sure that that would work out for them. What I was thinking they could do, though, is they could go after the big fish. Like I said, I'm tempted to go for it. And it's not just for this year, though. It would be for longer because the person I'm thinking about has a fairly long contract. And I just did a video on Duchesne in Colorado and the trades that could happen there. And you know what? Columbus didn't come to my mind while I was doing the video. But what if you were to package Savard, Jenner, and your first this year to Colorado for Duchesne? I wonder if they would bite on that. I'm not sure. I think the Islanders might be able to offer a little bit more. And like I said, Columbus isn't. I don't like the idea of giving up your first, especially when Kekalainen's got it, because Kekalainen is money in the draft. But that being said, you could always try to trade some players and get another second or something like that. If you're going to give up a second for Savard anyways, though, why not give up your first Savard and Boone Jenner or somebody like that? If they'll bite on it to get a guy like Duchesne and you've got a number one center with Wenberg as your second line center, you're stacked. You're pretty darn stacked up the middle with Dubinsky as your third. I mean, that would be fantastic. Whether they would, I don't even know if Colorado would take that, but it's an offer I would throw out there for sure. Um, As far as maybe more realistic things, I think they'll likely do what a lot of teams are going to try to do, and that's use lower draft picks to add to their depth on defense and forward. Which players would you go? Would I go for if I were the Columbus Blue Jackets? I've always been a big Franzen fan in Buffalo. He's kind of a slow of foot, but he always seems to have high possession numbers, especially if you play him where Columbus would be playing him in the lower lines. Um, since you're in, you could also look at Del Zotto in Philadelphia if they're still not in it at that time. Um, Although I'm afraid he might cost you a first, but he is an unrestricted free agent, so you might be able to get him for a second. But he would be a nice pickup for Tortorella and the gang there. I'd like to also mention that that Tortorella has taken. Um, oh, I forgot now his name's left me. He's taken a defense that used to be a horrid possession team and made him into one of the best possession teams in the league. The guy's an amazing coach. As far as your goaltending is concerned, I'm not sure I like the idea of going into the playoffs with two young guys like Forsberg and I can't remember his name, Capicello or whatever his name is. I do like Capicello, and I would definitely protect him over Forsberg. I think he's going to be a good goaltender, but if you're gonna go for it this year, and you should like a little bit, I would be trying to find some goaltending, and there's lots of it out there. You could try to bring Mason back. His contract is up at the end of the year. I mean, he's familiar with the Jackets, and I don't know how much sour grapes there is from when he left, but something like that would be all right. Trying to think of other goaltenders that are out there right now, but if they come to me, Nielsen in Buffalo is another good example. I'd be a little more. He has a little more experience in the playoffs. Um, Somebody like that, I imagine, and it wouldn't cost you that much to do it, but I'd want a little more security for Bobrovsky there. Um, Besides that, things are looking so up for you guys, and I'm really happy for it because when I talk to you Columbus Blue Jackets fans, man, you guys are passionate about your team, and you're learning. You know a lot about hockey. People don't really realize how much you've taken to it there, and it's awesome. We love you guys. If you're enjoying my videos, you can head over to @my NHL Pearls of Wisdom on YouTube and be enlightened even further. I think that's my full 42. Have a great day, everyone. Lots of love to you.